Nice. Yeah, well, if you recreate the cosmos, I guess you can pick what colors exist too. It'll be a weird campaign that I run next time. Um, okay, well, come everybody. Let's get started. I feel like super disoriented right now. I got up, ate a bunch of pancakes, and then went for a walk, and now I'm feeling both sleepy and over caffeinated. So, I don't know, strap in.
That's a mistake.
Last time you guys did a lot. You went to the city of dragons on the Isle of Dragons. Very well named stuff. Nothing cheap or low effort here. And you went to you met Hrodel and Mel and discovered that there is a enclave on this in this ancient city full of dragonborn citizens who are preparing for the rebirth of Sardior. You brought them the amulet containing the fragment of charisma, the sapphire dragon's soul, and you gave it to Hrodel. And Hrodel informed you that in order to bring back Sapphire and the others, you would need a massive amount of diamonds. Effectively, you need to be able to cast True Resurrection, which costs 20,000 gold worth of diamonds, which we sort of estimated in bulk amounts, lots and lots of diamonds. And then you also realize you need to do that for the other 3 amulets once you acquire them, meaning that as a group, just to bring back Sardior, you will need approximately 80,000 gold worth of diamonds. The only place you knew that contained that many diamonds was Mirabar, which is famous for its very rich diamond mines. But Mirabar is known as being shut off since the merge. Nobody has been in or out of there or really heard from them. They were very isolationist when it came to the invasion of the material plane. So you set off to Mirabar. Oh, you also encountered the heart of the forest where Sardior was first slain and his essence flowed into nature, which linked all of the world trees together in one massive collective network that Vosner now has access to, having touched the heart of the forest. In that experience as well, Veril encountered similar visions about the future, what would come, being as time wizardy as he is, and also spoke with Hrodel, where they discussed what the future would look like. And the vision was one of natural beauty, harmony in cycles, but chaos in the day-to-day, as living beings struggle for existence, a battle of all against all. And you sent off to Mirabar. A few things I want to express, because I want you all to consider different possible paths to the end game here. The spell Wish is what it can conjure up to 20,000 gold or so worth of materials, including diamonds. It can be used to true resurrect, but if it's used in that way, it has a chance of failing, or not failing, but it has a chance of making it so you can never cast Wish again. So just so you all know, any character with Wish has a chance to, if they need to, or if something happens that's dire, circumvent chunks of this quest line, so to speak. But that is just sort of side information that your players, Varel maybe, could gather together, or Damon, both of them being arcane casters. Anyways, you set off to Mirabar, and you traveled through Vosner's new updated tree network to arrive in the Lurkwood, where you found the elven enclave that you had once left Hannah and Mel to on your travels. And you realized that the enclave had been completely torn apart. All of the elves who had inhabited that place have long since been killed or fled. and there were signs of battle. As you traversed from there, you went all the way to the city of Mirabar. You traveled as a illusory thunderstorm cloud, sort of flying through the air on the back of eagles. And you arrived at the front gates, where you were met with silence, an empty outer Mirabar, which was once sort of a bustling trade district that most of you had visited at some point, was now completely empty. All of the property appeared to have been picked up, dragged inside, and the door shut tight. You found a way through the door using feats of strength, a little bit of ingenuity, and teleportation abilities after you broke the very weakly sealed door and got inside. On the inside of Miramar, you found a whole lot of nothing. Hundreds and hundreds of feet down, you can see, and hundreds of feet across massive chasms, you see all these dwarven buildings sort of carved into the stone. None of them seem to be added on. All of them seem to be carved naturally into the rock. The rest of the rock sort of carved away like marble statues to leave all of these beautiful, well-crafted homes, statues, fountains, things like that. But as you walked through these districts, one after another, emptiness. Very few signs of any inhabitants, with the exception of Vosner stumbling across a old, dried bloodstain at one point. You worked your way down to the lowest levels, getting to deep into Inner Mirabar, and you found a doorway, which you went through into the noble quarters, but you saw there was a cave-in, and to the right of you there's a hand-dug, or maybe even pick-dug, sort of way around the cave-in that you were sort of staring down when we last left off. Any questions about any of that? Oh yeah, I left out the whole part about where you found Lyra dead, and he buried her and then resurrected her, and then unburied her and then resurrected her, and then she told you about Janus, who beat the shit out of her and killed her and tortured her for all the information, and now knows presumably everything about your quest. And then Damon wiped her memory, which was nice. At least, kind of nice. I don't know.
Merciful.
You deal with the ethics of that.
Was it that you wiped all of her memory, or just the memory of her being tortured and killed?
The latter.
Okay. Nice.
Just to reiterate, we're staring at a cave-in in the ordinary entrance to the mine.
Yeah, so you've sort of come down into this lower area where you're sort of finding yourself finally in the Noble District, which you know to be right above the diamond mines. And the main pathway in to the Noble District has caved in. You don't know necessarily why, but the wall, the ceiling to the floor is just all stone, like very fancy obsidian that has just like filled the hallway. But to the right, there is a sort of roughly recently, I mean probably last 20, 30 years or so, carved passage.
Nice.
Isolde, with your...
How big is it? Does it look like it's a...
the passageway? It's about 8 feet across in the wider moments and only 5 feet across in the smaller moments.
So like a medium-sized creature was
around
in here?
Yeah.
Bosner used like detect life for plants and animals like last session, didn't he? We found nothing down
Commune
here.
with nature. Yeah.
Okay.
And there was nothing.
But that
nothing
was
alive.
you were up quite a bit. You've probably gone 1,500 feet underground at least.
Okay.
I could cast it again as a ritual and see if there's anything more.
Alternatively, I was thinking of clairvoyance, using that at the end of the tunnel just to see, but cool with either. Actually, we can both cast one or the other just to see what turns up. Because mine's also a 10-minute casting spell.
Yeah. Let's have a cast off.
Oh, can I have everybody roll me a d6?
Yep.
Oh.
That's what you want to type without the star.
What's an adult complex?
Nothing?
God.
Nothing. Fuck.
While he's rolling, I'm going to cast clairvoyance.
You gotta do the backslash first, Teddy.
I did. Just did. Backslash R1d6. No. Here.
Backslash R. It's actually forward slash R space
Yeah.
1d6. There it is. Alright. Veyral cast clairvoyance. You create an invisible sensor within range. Sensor remains in place for the duration. Cannot be attacked. When you cast a spell, you choose seeing or hearing. A creature that can see the sensor sees a luminous, intangible orb at the size of your fist. So where do you place it?
So an unfamiliar location, but that's obvious, I would just do the end of the hand-dug tunnel that we see, and I was thinking of using hearing just to see if I can hear breathing or footsteps or scuttling or anything like that.
Okay. You do clairvoyance down the hand-drawn tunnel. You hear nothing. It's just very quiet. Any sound you hear is sort of sounds coming from your direction as your group sort of shuffles and walks about, and sort of the small sounds of stones moving sort of echo gently down the tunnel.
Okay. I reiterate that there seems to be at least no present activity at the end of that length of tunnel.
Vosner communes with nature to see what he can glean from the situation. You briefly in the outdoors. Technically, this is sort of a weird mismatch of outdoors and indoors, since it's like a cave dug into the natural earth, so I'll allow it. In the caves or natural underground settings, the radius is 300 feet. Spell does not function. Oh, such as dungeons, construction. Again, I'm going to allow it just because of how naturally carved into the stone this is. You instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts. Oh. What would you like to know? Which of these 3 facts do you want to know about?
Let's see. Let's go with prevalent people. Let's go with powerful elementals or fiends, and influence of other planes of existence.
Okay. You detect... Well, so when it comes to other planes of existence, this one's a little bit funky, because the Shadowfell is just completely tethered to this realm now. So you just get off the radar sense of the Shadowfell. But I'll also give you... You detect that within this area, there is a passageway that leads down to a massive mine. So that's what you get through the earth. You can sort of feel it, that you're not far away from it. That there's a river that leads also through the rock, and then it goes into this massive cavern where there is clearly a mine. Lots of shafts sort of hollowed out as people have dug through the earth. As for peoples, you do not detect any within the 300 feet that you are in. There is some form of life here, but it's not plants or animals. But there is a presence.
Am I getting, like...
And you aren't getting celestial, fey, fiends, elemental, or undead.
Alright. So it's sort of like our Shadow Bar groupies? Do I get the same, like, vibe off of it, or
Not quite, no. Different vibe.
different vibe? Okay. I'll say that we're not far from the mine. Yes, rock people. Fraggles. There seem to be... we're close to the mine, and there's something there. Not people or other things that I would usually pick up, but so just be on your guard. I don't think it's our enemy though, our common enemy at least.
Okay. So, after Varel and Vosner do their sort of high-level area scanning magic, is there anything else you would like to do? You find yourself still at this crossroads.
Before proceeding, I'm gonna death ward Terran, I believe.
Okay.
Just because he puts out a bunch of damage.
You can target him and do that in this screen, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know I could target him with it. Let me try that.
Oh yeah, maybe it doesn't work, I don't know. Does Terran still have exhaustion 2? Or 1?
I think it's down to 1.
Okay. For some reason it was putting 2 on you.
I'm still exhausted at 1. As usual.
Cool. Yeah, you were also marked with exhaustion too. Let me fix that. Okay. So you cast Death Ward. It didn't do anything, so make sure you have a note of that, Terran, in your inventory. Somewhere. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? By the way, Varel, when you cast this spell, a huge wave of light just pulses down the tunnel, and you can kind of see in the distance of the tunnel like a shimmer of like the floor, like the very polished floor in the distance as it bends around the corner.
I appreciate the aesthetic, but I also regret revealing ourselves. So. At least Terran is safe.
I appreciate it.
Who is leading and which way are you going?
I guess I'll lead, since I have a better sense of where the mine is going. I'll
Damon
cast
will
on
also
like,
take point with Fosner.
yeah. Hold on, where is it? Guardian of Nature. Alright. Yeah. How long do you last? You last 1 minute. I'm trying to see if I have dark vision on me. Since it's stone, I'll just turn into an elemental.
Okay.
And then I'll just use stone glide or stone walk, so I'll have my head like sort of like poking up out of the ground so people can see where I am, but just kind of gliding on through. So I'll have tremor sense to see things around me as we kind of navigate.
Okay. And you guys are going through the tunnel? Because again, you're sort of at a fork here. There's a cave-in ahead that you could glide through as an elemental if that's the direction you wanted to go. Alternatively, there's just a hand-dug tunnel to the right.
Is there any indication as to what caused the cave-in?
Somebody could roll nature and try to figure it out.
Yeah, it was Daddy that did it.
We're gonna go see Papa later.
Isolda, you are able to discern that it looks like it was done by on purpose, like somebody was trying to bar the way.
Well, I would express that to the group and then say, I think it's more likely that the things that we are looking for are going to be well hidden, so it might be worth it to investigate the area that's caved in. Correct me if I'm wrong, but at this point we're looking for like not only the mines and the diamonds, but also like any dwarves, like any sign of life, anyone that we can communicate with.
I mean, yeah, if that's something you are interested in, if you care at all about the dwarves of Mirabar, that might be something.
I mean, we do. We've been trying to contact them and like say that, like, I forget what his name is. Darren Ironblood or Ironbeard was with us, but no, we weren't getting any response.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna suggest that we go down the caved in part.
The caved in part?
Yeah.
Okay. You head towards the cave-in. The cave-in is about 15 feet tall. Just a big pile of stone.
Can Vosner see how deep it
Vosner could? Yeah. Is that something
You know-
Vosner wants to do?
How deep the cave-in is, or the
Yeah.
I could look over there and just kind of glide on through.
Okay. Vosner, you begin to glide through this cave-in, and very quickly
Stealthily.
you pop out the other side, your little stone head sort of stealthily sneaking out like sort of like a periscope almost on a submarine. Your eyes look, and you can see down a very long hallway to a set of metal doors. In the middle of this hallway, about halfway through, you see massive statues sort of glowing faintly in a sort of a blue light that is shed from tiles on the floor.
So kind of looks like a trap.
No, it looks like a ceremonious room, very fancy. What you'd probably expect to see in sort of a nobly, artistically adorned, dwarven, I don't know, chamber.
Are the door... They're locked?
The doors, you have no idea if they're locked. They're very far away from you.
Very far.
They are 80 feet away from you.
Gotcha. Well... Let's see... Do I have that prepared? Resistance, fairy fire, augury... Darn it. I think I unprepared detect traps. Okay.
Detect traps doesn't really do anything. It's probably the worst spell in the game.
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, it basically... it'll tell you if there is a trap in the area. It does not tell you where it is, or what it does, or how it works, or, it's basically just, like, considered laughably the worst spell in the game. Other than True Strike.
Nice. Cool. I will continue to glide, sort of like... closer. Like, how far is are the doors away?
80 feet.
80 feet.
Yeah, down a long hallway. In between, it's basically 30 feet of hallway, then a big chamber that opens up, and then 30 more feet, or 20 more feet at least.
Gotcha. And is the cave in, like, could I easily move, like, the stones, or is it gonna just, like, create, like, a giant noise?
I mean, it might be loud, but it's not impossible.
Alright. Come back towards where the party is and just start removing some stones as quietly as possible.
Okay. Yeah, you start
Wait,
digging.
But I don't want to, like, alert our...
So the rest of the group sees Vosner leave, and then you hear Vosner sort of digging on the other side. And within, like, I don't know, a minute, you see Vosner's stone-shaped face coming through a small hole that he's created, and the rest of you can now see down this hallway.
Wait. Yeah, I just want to make it as just big enough for folks to crawl through.
I start helping widen the opening once I see Vosner's face.
Yeah.
Without risking any further caving in.
With Vosner as an elemental, he can sort of see where it's going to fall quickly, and he can sort of brace certain parts of it with his shape shifting like into the stone. So he's able to create a very fortified hole in the wall that you can all traverse very easily.
And once everyone's through, I'm going to, like, plug it up with a rock so no one can follow us.
Okay. Vosner plugs it up with a rock. You all find yourselves... I guess I'm going to...
Jules.
I'll activate this scene. You all find yourselves standing in this room. Now, it's still very dark, with the exception of some glowing runes on the floor. Actually, let's expand that out a little bit. There we go. Some glowing runes on the floor cast a bluish light on the whole room as you see into this chamber.
Dark vision
Um,
gives no added benefit, or is that already?
It should already be part of your character vision. I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was looking through my stuff recently, and it turns out the dagger gives me dark vision.
It does?
Yeah.
What a good dagger.
Yeah, we've just been ignoring it for like years.
Okay. I'll add dark vision to your...
Sweet.
What's the range on it? 60?
60, yeah.
There you go. 60 feet of dark vision for you.
Sweet.
Okay. You all see into this chamber. What do you do? You can move around if you'd like.
Vegral.
Can I inspect these rooms?
Sure.
See what magic they have? Any?
Yeah. Roll Arcana to see if they have magic in them. You get the feeling that these runes used to be a place where powerful dwarven magic was, like, used to ward off intruders. But the magic is, with magic being taken away from the material plane, except for with those who use who have sort of the primal magic of the old gods or dragon stuff. Basically, you discern that these are inactive. They've been they don't work. They just leave a glowing light at this point.
Was once warding magic here, but it has become inactive, like most magic in this new world.
Can I do an Arcana check on the statues?
Yeah.
If they were once magical. Oh, it's at disadvantage. I don't know what the point is.
Oh my lord.
Balance in all things.
Amazing.
Taryn, you're pretty sure if you touch these, it's gonna set poisonous gas. Wait, nope, it's a statue.
Gotcha. I don't touch them. Just to be safe.
I think you still got a 9 though with a 1.
Damon has already like walked over these runes, right? Nothing
Yeah.
happened.
At the end of the hallway, Beryl, you can see down it with your true sight and dark vision to a massive metal door made out of adamantine as it glistens in the darkness.
Oh, everything makes me nervous. Do we detect this door to the northeast here as well?
Yes, you also do see a small adamantine door to the northeast.
Can I see if these runes are written in a language that I understand?
Do you know Dwarvish? Oh, you do.
I think so.
Yeah. So you basically recognize it to say like, in Dwarvish, something roughly along the lines of like, "Be wary all those who threaten the king." You can see that like those main symbols have small writing in them. Each one of those symbols is like there's like sentences written into. So there's actually a pretty long thing here about like the nobility of the dwarves and the kings of Mirabar, and basically fuck off anyone who wants to do harm.
Fair enough. Just think happy thoughts.
Oh, I guess I
So
should
there-
have Vosner as an earth elemental. Whoops.
There's a door to the right, there's a passageway to the north, and then what's to the west here?
Nothing.
Those jerseys, can I like examine it?
Can you examine what? Sorry.
Just to make sure that there's nothing on the side?
Roll perception. Yep. Smooth stone wall.
Is going to grab the if there's a handle or something for this door, he's going to grab it and just try it as gently as he can to see if it, opens or if it's locked.
Yeah. You very gently grab the handle and pull. It's sort of like I don't know. It's like those. I don't know. You have to like twist the whole. It's like a big thing you grasp, and then you have to twist the whole circular object. And as you go to turn it, it clicks, opens. The door opens down a long hallway. You can see that takes a bend to the left.
Is that the direction of the mine, or no?
Vosner, you get the feeling that the mine, there's a passage down to the mine directly in front of you, to this direction.
There's a passage this way. It is small.
I'll point towards the mine and sort of like draw on the ground a diamond. Keep us on task.
Out of caution, should we ensure that this side passage is clear?
That seems wise.
If Damon's
Yes.
going down the hall just to check it, I'll follow suit.
I'll trail like 10 feet behind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll start.
As you step down this hallway, Damon, immediately in front of you, you see the light begin to shimmer in strange ways, as the faint blue light begins to refract and bend in midair right in front of you.
Ever seen anything like this? Is this
Make a history check.
Damn.
Oh.
You've seen this. When the light bends strangely in front of you, in weird ways, refracted, like almost refracting off of nothing, you know that there is a creature in front of you. An ooze materializes as it turns a dark black color, inky sort of tendrils swirling about as it tries to strike out at you. And we are going to combat.
On this map? Crazy.
Damon will shout, "Get back!"
Alright, let's switch to something better. Okay. Damon, as you sort of stare into this thing, it strikes out towards you, and it's going to get... actually, I'm not going to give it an attack of opportunity because you identified it so quickly. I think you could brace yourself. Initiative for Isolde and Vosner still needed.
Oh, I rolled as an elemental.
Oh, smart. Yeah.
My computer just decided to hibernate, so I have to go get my cord.
What?
Classic. Alright, I'll roll for you.
Thanks.
Oh, you're bottom of the
did
initiative. Sorry?
Did my dark vision kick in with the change? Because nothing's changed for me.
Oh. Yeah, let's switch your vision enabled. Dark vision. How's that?
Exactly the same.
Well,
Like, I can't see past Damon. If
Okay.
that's what I'm supposed to be seeing, then that's fine.
no, you're good. They did change something. Vision range. Oh, how's that?
That's good. Yeah, now I can.
Oh, that's weird. All of your vision range was set to 15 feet.
Hmm.
Oh, that's how much vision you have without any light. Interesting. Strange. Oh, I see. Basic sight. I don't know. Yeah, they've added some shit in here. I'll have to play around with it later. But if anybody's struggling to see anything, is everybody else struggling to see?
I feel like my vision is what it's supposed to be,
Okay.
but I don't think I have special vision capacities.
Very well. Okay, they roll. It is your turn.
Yep. Just thinking, just for a second here. Seeing Vosner somewhat behind me, knowing he's going next, I think what I'm going to do for the time being is cast momentary stasis on the Oblex, hoping that its turn will be nullified. So let me try that.
Oh. Yeah. Unless the saving throw is at a success, the creature is encased in a field of magical energy till the end of your next turn.
So
Or
I
until it
freeze
takes
in
damage.
time. Yeah, I freeze it in time to give the others, well, to nullify its turn.
Sure. Earth Elemental. It's your turn.
My game is paused.
Got it, sorry.
Let's see here. Alright, Earth Elemental. I'm gonna glide on over.
You want to go through the wall?
Yeah, I'm gonna go through the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do that without breaking the game. Alright, yeah, I'll give it. Well, doesn't really work. Hold on. How's that? Can you see?
I can't see with the elemental,
Oh, okay.
but let's see. Trying to move Vosner around so I can.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see through the walls, but you just want to punch the Obelix. Varel did just make it stasis, so punching it will wake it up.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll just. If it takes damage, right?
Yeah.
Could I? Is there like a shaft or another hallway that, like, if I pick it up, could I just like move it somewhere else?
You mean, could you pick up the Obelix?
And move it without damage. Yeah, without damaging it.
Here's the thing about an Obelix, is it's a big pile of ooze, so trying to move it is going to put your hands through it. It's sort of like picking up a big thing of Jello. I don't think it's grappleable.
Okay. Well, I will. I guess I'll go sort of like on the kind of move out of the way if there's like a. Oops. I guess I'll just hold my action in case, like, when it wakes up and tries to grapple Damon, and I'll hit it in the face.
Okay, so you're holding your action to punch it. If I'm gonna put you back here, you can still see it, right? Maybe
Yeah, I
not.
can still see it.
Anyways,
Let me highlight it first. Wherever.
Okay.
It.
So you're gonna punch it when Damon strikes it.
Yeah. Let me. I just need to target.
Let me
it
see if I
first.
just give your New vision on this thing. How's that? Did that mess everything up? Yeah, it messed everything up.
It's okay. Right. I have it at least targeted, so.
Yeah, it's
See it now.
it's tricky to do this. Anyways, well, it is its turn. It is going to spend its turn in stasis. Damon, actually, as you, right before your turn, Damon, you see down the hallway as like you're sort of staring through this inky ooze. You see as additional oozes form inky in the background. So another one and another one down this hallway. This whole hallway seems to be filled with ooze that is pushing down towards you. Damon, it's your turn. What do you do?
Well, immediately cast haste. And then I will take just a swing at this first one. And I will yell behind me, "There are more of them. Captain, should we fall back?" And that will be my turn.
Okay, when Damon strikes out at this thing, the Earth Elemental can strike it.
Sweet. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Put the right thing up. Come on. Do I not have it? Wow, that's a lot of. Okay, here we go. Inventory. Slam. Come on. Roll for me. I hit myself.
You punched yourself? Is this effective? Yeah,
I wanted to punch the guy. Being weird. Alright.
You punched him for 12.
Yeah, alright. Do I get a multi-attack or just one?
You get a multi.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yo, John, when I recognized the shimmer, did I just recognize it as like a general, this is an ooze of some sort, or
Yeah.
do I recognize Oblex specifically?
I don't think you've ever encountered one of these.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? You crit it. I'm gonna say in your travels with Multanus, you fought these types of oozes. And here's what I'll tell you. They are particularly nasty in that these things, when they feed off of the life force of creatures, but they also feed off their minds insofar as they ingest memories. They are pretty horrible. They're not sort of native things. They're oozes, but they were like created in a lab. Like they're a weird thing made by evil wizards, basically. And
yes,
and they're used sometimes as defenses, traps against invaders. They're sort of left in places where they don't want anybody to traverse through.
Yeah, so if like I as a player know like the canonical sort of origin of an Oblex, do I know that, or I just know like the nature of the things because I've encountered the things before?
What is the canonical stuff that you know about them?
I think Oblexes are like the product of Mind Flayer experimentation specifically.
Oh.
I was just wondering if that's relevant to
So
all the information we got last week.
I'm basically, I'll say something similar to a Mind Flayer, but not.
Okay.
I mean, It's sort of
Just because
Mind Flayer
it so
adjacent.
perfectly lines up with.
Yeah. No,
session.
that part makes sense and is intentional.
Okay. Cool. Sorry to disrupt the flow.
No, you're good. This is good. Okay. So Damon goes, hits. It goes. All right. This obelisk is going to push forward, but it's stuck behind its friend. But as it pushes, it spends its turn pushing. Other obelisk next to you gets to pseudopod. They're sort of like pushing their energy through each other to strike out at Damon. And it misses. Taryn, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm just going to launch a pretty standard fare fireball.
Okay.
I think this only gets them.
Yeah. What's it look like?
It's like, I don't cast these very often, but it's just like a standard fireball, so like a little pill of red light flies past Damon's head, and then once it gets past the obelisks, it ignites into an inferno.
You hear as these gelatinous cubes sort of wither and sizzle as the fire bakes them, and they writhe in angry energy as like the blackness in them flashes a bunch of time, and you hear additional sounds of like pain and screaming down the hallway.
Do those sounds sound like obelisk pain and
Yes.
screaming, or like dwarf pain and screaming?
No. Like more like weird hissy sounds as these things
Okay.
sizzle.
Oh, sweet. So I got some extra ones.
Yeah, and
Great.
the fire comes like filling the tunnel, but Damon braces himself and is not affected. Is that your turn?
That'll be it.
Isolde.
How
sorry.
high is the room I'm in?
The room you're currently in,
Yeah.
40 feet high.
I will fly 20 feet into it. No. How high is the tunnel?
To the right here,
Yeah.
it's only a 10-foot tall. This is a very
Okay.
tight little tunnel.
I would like fly 5 feet in the air too.
Okay. Isolde, it is your turn.
I can actually see down that hall because I'm just a human.
Yeah, you guys can cast light on each other, you know. It's like 4 of you have it, I think.
So, just to be clear, like, I can't actually see this thing.
I don't think, you can see it. Plus, there's a lot of cover. There's a giant earth elemental sort of sticking out of the wall.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I might just, hold back. I'll do this. I'm gonna hold cantrip, Sacred Flame. I'm gonna stand here, and if the thing comes into my line of sight, I will fire that Sacred Flame.
Okay. At the top of the round, Isolde gets her wish. As her passive perception gives her a little spidey tingle as out of the helmet of the statue next to her comes gushing black tentacles as they pour out onto the floor and form into a ooze in front of her, which tries to strike out, but she's prepared a spell.
Nice. Also,
And one comes out of this side as well.
in response to Damon asking if we should fall back, she's gonna say that we need to destroy these things before they overtake the tunnels. Because we will be trapped in here.
Okay.
Sacred Flame.
Wow. Damn, high level cantrips.
Yeah, boy.
4d8. Look at that shit. All right. It is. Oh, sorry. Varyl's turn.
Yeah.
Do these guys have initiative?
They're about to.
Okay.
How did you make that little ripple indication, Taryn? And John did it earlier too.
You hold down left
Just-
mouse click.
Last click, yeah.
Holding it. Okay, thank you. Let's see here.
Oh, someone's was a triangle.
Yeah, if you hold Alt, it'll do a different symbol.
What?
Oh, snap. I can make you all look a different direction if I hold Shift.
Yeah, that was cool.
Insane.
Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Let me think. Alright, I'm gonna cast Slow, and I'm gonna cast it on the 2 obelisks in here with us, with the hopes that I can at least make them a little weaker for those of us in the main hallway here.
Sure. Nice. They both fail.
Cool. So they're a little neutered.
Yeah, their speed is halved. What's their speed normally? Ooh. Okay. Nicely done. Is that your whole turn? You want to move at all, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, I actually feel really safe surrounded by the squad, so I might like take a step back to be beneath Terran hovering overhead, but I'm gonna be roughly in the same spot.
Okay. Vosner, you are an earth elemental half in the wall, and there are obelisks popping out behind you all. What do you do? Hello?
I saw that fire was pretty effective.
Yes.
So, as an earth elemental,
You wouldn't.
I would. Let's see, what do I have? Fiery. Do I have it? Conjure flame already? I thought I had flame spear. Ah, damn, I don't have it prepared. Alright. I'm gonna cast Flame Shield on myself.
Okay. I think you already have fire shield on yourself.
Do I already have it on myself?
Yeah, I mean, I
Oh,
can.
okay.
Well, I mean,
Okay. Never mind. I will I'll give myself that spell slot back.
okay.
I was looking for. I thought I had fire on me.
Yeah.
But I guess not. Investiture of. Oh, I just have Investiture of Ice. Okay. And there's a bunch. Well, I guess I'm kind of like plugging the gap here. So I will just fight this guy in front of me
Okay.
and make sure it attacks me. Then I guess.
Sure.
Nice. Kill that one. Then I guess I'll go to this one.
Oh, that one's not dead. It has 1 health.
Oh.
But
Well,
that
never
would miss
mind,
it
I will
anyways.
miss it then.
Yeah, you punch at this thing and it sort of blinks out of existence and pops back in. It sort of keeps filling the space with these sort of black tendrils, and then it sort of blinks around. It is this going to target the earth elemental in front of him with a pseudopod attack. And miss. And then it is going to use this. Okay. So it does this psychic attack. You failed the saving throw. Blah 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 blah. While memory drained, the target must roll a d4 and subtract that number rolled from any ability check or attack roll it makes. Each time the target is memory drained, beyond the first, the die increases. So you are at a d4, Fosner. Write that down.
Okay.
Yeah. So it now it's learned all the languages the target knows, and gains all your proficiencies, except for any saving throws. This Oblex is going to move through the other Oblex and effectively trade places with it. As it warps through the front, they're all sort of forming as one giant ooze, moving in and out. To target the Earth Elemental, because I can't even click on Damon. And it is going to... Oh, it takes some damage. Oh, you know what? It has disadvantage because it took fire. Whoops. Okay, let's... The Eat Memories thing would have still stuck, so that part's good. You roll... And he missed with the pseudopod above, so let me roll 1 sec.
I also need to cast.
Okay, so that would have missed. Didn't actually hit you. He is going to still try to eat your memories, though.
Nice.
So now that dice is up to a d6. Your
But I.
mind
Did I
is...
succeed?
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
I succeeded.
Does it take half on a... It doesn't look like it, so I don't know. So I'm going to give you that.
Does the D4 apply to this roll?
Oh, it should.
Oh, sorry.
I wish I had like a dice tray. That would have been nice.
Okay, so you -4. You rolled a 24. You'd still succeed.
Okay.
Okay, so it comes at you, trying to drain you of your mind energy. Damon, it is your turn.
I a loud like humming and whirring fills this chamber as I cast where is it? Steel Wind Strike to hit all these guys. So we'll do that one. And then we'll do this one. This one.
Jeez.
If I could land like where that one I just killed was. Right here.
Okay, to the right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you do 1 square to the right of that?
Yeah, I can do that. I was just going to also then swing at this guy with my extra attack. Is that cool if I do that?
Yep.
Okay.
It's with a 4. Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, so you just like... Damon basically just explodes down the hallway and like a bomb going off. He just rips through all of these oozes, tearing them to pieces. But Damon, out of the corner of your eye, you can see more oozes coming from this way, like scooting down the hallway.
Okay. I will call back that they seem to be filling the entire tunnel. I will do what I can. And I won't move. I'll stay in this spot. So that'll be my turn.
Okay. This guy actually gets to go next. This one scoots attacks at you with the pseudopod. Actually, he has disadvantage, but he misses anyways. And then is going to try to eat your memories.
So the only thing about this is that I did mind blank at the beginning
Okay.
of the day. So I don't know how you wanna.
How does that affect?
I'll-
Yeah, can you
I
read
will,
the spell?
I'll just put it in the chat here.
Okay, those spells. Immune to psychic. Okay, so that we do undo the psychic. Any effective with sense, emotion, trees of thoughts, divination spells, charm condition. Yeah, I'm gonna say it just has no effect. You feel it trying to peer into your mind, but an 8th level spell is gonna defy this shit every day. But you can feel it trying to like needle around in your mind, which is now protected like a fortress.
Yeah, and I still don't love that feeling.
Right. This obelisk is dead. This one is slowed. It moves at half movement, which means it only moves 5.
Lol. And it gets a wisdom save at the end to see if it's still slowed.
Nice. What's the DC on this?
If it's my DC, it's 19.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before it succeeds. This one gets to go. It also has 5 movement, and what it gets with slow, it gets 1 attack, or what?
Either an action or a bonus action, and only 1 attack, melee or ranged, and then weird stuff happens if it tries to cast a spell.
Pseudopods at Isolde, hitting her for 16 psychic, and that's whole turn.
Another wisdom save for that one as well.
Yeah, it has to roll a 19 or 20.
Well,
all right, Taryn, you're up.
All right, I'm going to start with just a ray of frost at the guy in the hallway that's still alive.
You got him.
That. Then I'm going to use 10 feet of movement to go here. And then gonna use my breath weapon as a bonus action.
Damn. Yeah. Taryn sort of flying around in this small space, maneuvering, kills one, and then breathes on these other 2, covering them in elemental damage. And they fail, which means they're moved and knocked prone. I'm gonna say an ooze can't be prone. Sort of, its head, it's where its feet are at any moment, so sort of doesn't matter, but you do push it across the room. It slides gooily around the floor. As it slides across the floor, you see it pick up bits of stone and debris and dirt, cleaning the floor, making it look pristine. Isolde.
I also fly 10 feet higher.
Yeah. Isolde, it is your turn.
Pizza.
Oh, pizza.
I'm gonna Sacred Flame this guy again, since it was pretty effective the first time. And I'm gonna be greedy with my spell slots.
Damn. Yeah, what's it look like when you kill this evil, dark writhing, oozy monster?
I hope that it just sort of turns it into a liquid that saturates into the stone.
Yeah, it does. Like, the divine energy just purifies it, and it just spills out like melted jello on the floor.
Beautiful.
Beryl, it is your turn.
alright. As a sign of tremendous disrespect, I'm going to cast Create Bonfire in the square where the adult obelisk is currently existing, residing, whatever the word you want to use, and it's going to take 48 fire damage because of that, but let me cast it real quick.
I think it is this, there's like a, starts its turn or something. Anyways, we'll see what it does.
It says, what do we see here?
Any creature in the bonfire space, when you cast a spell, okay, yeah. 1d8, up to 4d8.
But it has to succeed on a dex save, so we'll see if it does.
Can you place it on the ground, or will it let you, or no?
Let me try. I didn't actually get an option for that.
Oh.
It takes concentration.
Oh, yeah, that'll fuck with your slow.
I think that's okay. Can I drop slow, or does that take an action to end
No, you can end concentration on anything at any time.
Yeah, we'll switch concentration to the create bonfire. I don't get an option to place it though.
Okay. It'll make a dex save. It succeeds.
Yeah, it does. Dang.
So you remove the slow, and as you do, it sort of like dodges out of the way of your fire that you put under its feet, and it does not take any damage.
That's how it is being a time wizard.
So it be. Doop. This one is going to. Let's see. Earth Elemental, it is your turn.
Nice. Okay. Hearing that there's more. This guy? Oh, that guy's there. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, it's just marking him.
I don't have any more fire stuff, do I? And there are more oozes behind us as well. I'm just gonna glide over here. Woo! Yeah, I'm gonna post up with Damon and just sort of kind of create a kill box.
Sure.
And while I'm doing that, I will target this guy and punch him in the face.
Okay. You do have a minus D4 to this roll, but it does not matter.
Yeah.
So you successfully punch
Is there a
him.
way that I can... Oh, okay.
Okay.
More?
Oh yeah, you get another punch.
17. So 13? Will a 13 hit?
It's a minus
wait, hold
D4, so depends on what you roll.
Base,
I got it.
4.
Minus 2. We'll do mine because it's lighter. You still hit him and you kill him. Okay. Very well. In its place, another moves forward and attacks you.
It takes 2d whatever damage.
Okay. I think it's 2d8 fire.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll undo that. Okay. So it takes 4.
Okay. And then it has disadvantage because of fire, right?
Yep. Okay, Damon, you're up.
Ooh, we're just gonna swing away. Yeah, I think that's just gonna be my turn.
Very well.
Stay in the kill box.
Alright. It is this adult Oblex's turn. He's no longer slowed. So he's going to move 10 feet and then dash another 10 feet as he scoots across the floor at you angrily. This one is dead. Taryn, it is your turn.
Alright. I think I will move back here. Okay, still can't see anything. My bonus action, I will try to get my breath weapon back. And won't. Then I'm just going to cast Scorching Ray on this guy.
Okay.
First one misses. There's 3 bolts. And the third bolt. And that'll be it.
Wow, you rolled pretty low.
Yeah, it wasn't a great outing, but he's got disadvantage on everything now. So
Right. Fair enough. I guess it wasn't super low, but you missed one. Okay. Isolde, it is your turn.
Are there still more in this other hallway?
You can hear Damon and Fosner's and Earth Elemental fighting them. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna try to move in there and see what's going on.
They're fighting at the bend, so you can't really target the thing that they're fighting, but you can see them.
Okay. I'll target this one back here that I can see. And just try to keep eyes on everyone. And that's what I'm doing.
Okay. At the top of the round, Isolde, the door in front of you shuts.
well, this is fun.
Cool.
And you hear it latch
Sorry.
as you are now stuck in this hallway with Damon and Terran as a Earth Elemental. And Viral, you see crawling above you on the ceiling
Oh god.
a figure, tentacles hugging onto the walls, crawling like a spider. Terran, you cannot see this unless you have something giving you true sight.
I do not. So
And we're gonna throw him into the initiative.
Oh god.
it's not too bad.
Oh, fuck.
As I'm gonna give him pops into, sort of blinks into existence. I'll say he's hugging this wall right now, Viral, as you see him sort of eyeing you curiously. Can you see his token and everything?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Viral, you're up. I was wondering, can Terran see the token?
I can, yeah.
Okay. Technically, you're not supposed to, but that's fine. I guess I could edit it to make it otherwise, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
Oh, you're making me think. Taryn and I don't think can take this guy. But I don't really want to bury ourselves in a hallway either.
Just cast a wish spell and be like, I wish Janice was dead.
You know I could.
You definitely could.
But if he's undead already, would it work?
I would wish for his non-existence, but that might have cascading effects. Yo, this is tough.
Just create a time paradox that leads to him this being no longer born.
He exists, but only within the fraction of a second before I cast the spell.
First of all, one thing I might say, Viral, as he comes around the corner, you see him. Do you look at him, or do you pretend like you don't see him?
Oh, I remain stone-faced and unmoved and pretend like I don't see him.
Alright. So he's still just staring at you. He hasn't done anything yet.
I don't want him to know that I see him.
Yep.
Alright, this is a bit weak, and I'm sorry if I disappoint the crew. but I am going to attempt to dimension door both myself and Terran to a place that I can describe by stating distance and direction.
Do you have to have body contact to dimension door?
Oh, and you're 15 feet in the
I'm
air.
15 feet in the air. Yeah.
And yeah, you're not within 5
I
feet.
mean, you can't. You do have you climb. You could jump up and grab his foot.
There's going to be some rolls for that, but I do have Mistra and some other shit. Terran does have Death Ward, but that's only good for one use.
When this guy one-shots me, I'll survive.
Yeah, I don't know that this is the time to use Wish. I feel like there's going to be, dare I say, bigger stakes later. So yeah, you know what? That's kind of funny. I would like to attempt to move my way up to Terran to grab him to Dimension Door.
Yeah. So there's like a 5-foot platform, which would get you 5 feet up, and then you'd only really have to like climb a little bit higher and then jump to try to grab him, if that's what you were interested in doing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So the initial climb is athletics.
This is gonna go great.
No, it's not. Let's see here. Do I know the save ahead of time?
The DC. I'll give you, for climbing a thing in the middle of combat, I'll say the DC is, let's say 14.
And I believe I still have a boon of luck, so, shit. Alright, yeah, let's do it. Oh shit, I have disadvantage for things. This is going to be problematic. I'm going to use my 18 Mistra to pass this.
Okay. So you sort of, I'd say like you basically find the timeline where you successfully climbed this, and seeing multiple timelines where you fall and get harmed, and Terran is like gobbled up and eaten or something. You find the one where you succeed and you chart that path. So you successfully climb up on the platform. So then it's a acrobatics check to jump and grab him.
This is going to be even worse.
While casting a spell.
This is gross. I'm going to Convergent Future that. I really want this to succeed.
Okay.
So I'm going to be at 2 exhaustion now.
Very well. You jump into the air and again wield your time magic so that everything slows down and you fly towards Terran's foot, which you grab in the air. You going to also cast your spell?
You better believe it. We're going to Dimension Door. Let me do some measurements here. Let's say 30 feet to the east.
30 feet?
I think that puts me roughly with our crew on the other side of the wall.
Okay.
You should also go like 10, 15 feet down.
Okay.
Oh, correct, yes.
Roll me a d6.
Why you gotta do that, John?
Because I want to see how good you are. Yep. Alright. Boom. You hop in this hallway. Let me delete the oozes. You hop in this hallway, bringing Terran with you as you both arrive.
What the hell, man?
All I say is the enemy is here. To the others nearby.
Which enemy?
Well, I would assume Damon, at least having made the connection with Mind Flayers and Oblex, is probably thinking about Janice. And
Okay.
We know who Janice is.
You don't
He's
know.
actually German. It's Yanis.
Janus. Janus.
Giannis.
You don't know anything about Janus's nature.
When Lyra recounted her torture, I thought there were clues that... 'cause I have in my notes, evidently.
Well, he did break into her mind and torture her and get every secret, so you know he's good at that stuff. And he does
we
have
learned
tentacles.
About, tentacle markings.
Yeah.
So I deduced from that he was a mind flayer, but I don't know. We'll let it play out as it plays out, I suppose. But
Okay. It is the Elder Obelisk's turn. It's going to do the thing that it's there been doing. Swap places and attack. Missing and trying to eat your brains. Succeeding again. You don't take any damage. Vosner, it's your turn. You're in a very tight hallway here. I guess you're sticking half out the wall.
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue punching.
Cool.
Let's make sure I highlight that person. Okay.
Is it at a D8 now?
No, he has not been hit. He's succeeded 2 times in a row, so.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, the D4 on that. A 13 does not hit, so I'm going to undo that damage. So, you see Vosner's an Earth Elemental punching as hard as he can, but, like, you also see him sort of rattled. Part of his brain is struggling, so he's slowed down, and the obelisk just sort of dodges out of the way.
Sweet. I'm gonna Saloon's mark over here.
Oh, okay. And it is the obelisk next to you who's going to turn around and strike out at you again.
At disadvantage.
Oh, it missed anyways. And try to eat your brains. Ooh, now we're up to a D6 on your... So he hits you for some psychic damage. Vosner's brain is slowly being consumed. Damon, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna step into the gap. And, oh. Tempting. Definitely tempting. I guess I'll just make some regular old swings.
Damn.
And one more. And I will, did that kill it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will just step up and be ready to swing next turn.
Okay. On Janus's turn. Isolde, you hear as the door creaks and is ripped off its hinges.
what?
And thrown across the room. And this, you don't even see what's next to you, but you hear it breathing.
Oh god.
And it's, you get the feeling that you're being watched. Your heightened perception, like spidey sense that, you know, your passive perception is going crazy right now. There is something next to you. It is big.
Okay.
And let's see. And let's see. As you feel as black ink begins to shoot in your direction, forming out of seemingly nothing. Let's see if we can get you to this. Yep. A like necrotic energy pours out of this just sort of like massive invisible creature in front of you and spits right into your eyes as you feel it going into your skin and mouth and nose, and you cough as you feel this corruption twisting its way into you.
Ah.
Yeah. And that is its turn. This obelisk is moving, but is stuck behind some invisible thing in front of you. Taryn, it is your turn.
Alright, so... I can't see him.
Correct.
Would I kind of figure out what's going on enough to throw an AoE spell in that direction?
Yeah, I mean, a door was just ripped off its hinges, and then a black ooze just flew into the air and got Isolde in the face.
Alright, in that case, I am going to edit a spell real quick. Use a sorcery point to turn my meteor swarm into an ice swarm, and then cast it, just evaporating that.
He's dead!
You cast it on yourself and
It
killed
didn't
yourself.
give me a target at all.
Yeah, so let's edit the spell to make it work. Details, activation, range, target should be... How big is it?
I think that's why it doesn't have a
40
thing.
feet?
It's 3 40-foot, I think. 4 40-foot radius. If you just make it target creatures, it'd probably be easier. Like a target spell.
Alright, try that. Oh, yeah, I mean, you could. But I think it's got an AoE on it now, so you can place it.
Alright, let me give myself a spell slot.
And let me move Vosner out of this place.
Alright, Meteor Swarm. Place measure template.
Yeah, this is a really big spell. I'm not sure you can cast it with enough... If it's 40-foot radius, that's like... I don't know if you can set this bomb off, is what I'm saying, without it blowing up everybody around you.
Let's try again. See if I can pull it. I mean, it lets me place the template, but it would be on the far side of the room.
Alright, I mean, if you want... I mean, it is a 9th level spell. You are Master Sorcerer, so yeah, go for it.
Alright.
Boom.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, first of all, it's all bludgeoning?
No, it should be 20d6 plus 7 cold. And then 20d6 bludgeoning.
Oh. Oh, oops.
I'll fix that.
Yeah, oh well. It had bludgeoning written in brackets, which the game takes as a flag. Anyways, let's see, 1 second. As you hit him, that should all be fine. So he succeeds the save, and you basically set, what's it look like when Terran does Meteor Storm? I think this is the first time?
Yeah, so basically, it looks like, at least to Isolde, that the roof just caves in with these icy boulders, crushing everything in the room.
Amazing.
Roll me a d6,
Oh no.
Terran. Okay. You cast this spell, and it, you literally... It's not clear where this comes from, but... Oh no, I got it. You feel like the elemental energy in the room, and you channel it, and you pull with all of your strength all of the cold out of the air, and above the ceiling, there is a spring running, a small river through the rocks, and you freeze that above, and it shatters the ceiling as shards of ice and like obsidian rip through the ceiling, torn down, all being pulled onto Janice. And as you do, the whole room caves in, and you lose sight. You never even saw him, but the door is filled with rubble. And I'm gonna do... Zolda, make a dex save.
I'm glad we get those extra 9 damage on Janice.
Let's see about this corruption. What's the corruption do to you? Where's the speed? Reduced by half. Disadvantage on attack rolls. Okay, so this is still fine. Yeah, Isolde, you take an additional 4 bludgeoning damage as rocks fill in from that direction, and you are sort of pushed away. But the force that was before you, you cannot feel it anymore, as that whole room is filled with boulders and rocks. It's all caved in.
Pretty relieved.
Okay, that is Terran's turn. You caved in the
No,
room.
Use my bonus action to try to get my breath weapon back. No. Alright, now it's my turn.
Okay. Isolde, you still have corruption in your face and mind as you're sort of like still spitting out this inky black tar-like substance, but as you spit it out onto the floor, you see it sort of move around like small worms.
Ew.
Amazing. Can I, like, step on one and squash it?
Yeah, you squish one of the small, and it's just like if you've ever seen those really, really tiny worms that all like form together in a rainstorm and form like a weird globule. That's what you're seeing, but they're sort of micro, small
Interesting.
black worms.
I was mostly just interested to see whether, like, I could feel an effect when I squished the worm.
Yeah, when you squish it, it just smushes into black, inky nothingness, but it's covering your eyes and face still.
Oh, gross.
I mean, some of it's gone into your body. But
yeah, I'm gonna, like, just spend my action freaking out and trying to rip this stuff out of my face.
Sure.
Yep.
You do so. And what is the... Let me see here. You're just corrupted for a minute, so it's a whole minute. The corrupted creature repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
Can't save.
So it's a Constitution saving throw, DC 23.
I would have to roll a natural 20, I guess.
Looks like it. Yeah, you are trying to like spit out all of these worms that are in you, and it's not going well.
Great. I continue to panic.
Okay.
That is good.
Veyral, you find yourself in a dark corridor. Oblex is still fighting Damon and Vosner to the, I guess, north, but the chamber that Janus was in, that you saw him in, is now filled in with rock and rubble.
I stare at Terran in appreciation because that was terrifying. And this is pathetic, but I will once again cast Create Bonfire, but at the behind Isolde in the little patch between her and the door, just in case any obliques start coming through that way.
You did see before it closed that Terran's spell obliterated the Oblex.
Oh, that's good. But I did not see it obliterate Janus, so that makes me nervous.
Yeah, from your perspective, because you didn't have an invisible creature in front of you, you had a visible one, you saw as his tentacles formed up and braced for impact once the ceiling began to collapse, and his smile on his sort of dark face changed into a look of fear as he went to defend himself.
Oh well, then that's a little more inspiring. Still not sure what kind of dastardly tricks there are, but I guess the only way is forward at this point. But actually, what I'll do, this is almost nothing. I will maneuver myself between Izzy and the door since she's corrupted and doing a... And then I'll death ward myself in case something bad happens.
Okay, there is no door there anymore. It's just all rubble, but just so you know.
Yeah, put a deathless barrier.
Okay, Vosner, you're up as an Earth Elemental.
Nice. Yep, sorry about that. Where is Vosner's spell?
I don't know if you want me to move you here so you can see better.
Yeah. I was seeing if I could... Would a greater restoration help me out if I were to cast this?
Yes.
Sweet. I'm going to cast greater restoration on myself to get
Okay.
stuff. So,
Very well.
I need to... Come on, just roll it. I must be a target.
You have to target yourself.
Yeah. I don't know why I need to target myself. Come on, Elemental.
Because you have to
There we go.
restore yourself.
Target. There we go.
Also, does Vosner have diamonds?
I don't know if I've kept that up in my inventory. I think I had like a very small amount of diamonds.
Alright, we'll just say narratively this is your last bit of diamonds then.
Okay. Sounds good. Good thing we're going to a diamond mine.
Yeah.
But now let me bring that back up. Spellbook. Great restoration. Yes. Sweet. Alright. That's an action. I guess I'll just stay here, and wait.
Okay. It is the adult turn. It's going to turn and strike out at Damon.
Sentinel!
Oh yeah, you get to punch it.
We'll field that.
Alright, so you swing and miss. He shields, deflects the damage. And it tries to eat your memories, Damon, but it fails automatically. Damon, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna swing at this guy once or twice if need be. If I do a little psychic damage, does 6 extra damage kill it?
It does. It had 5 health.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, what's it look like when you kill this thing with your mind?
I like jam my sword into its gooey form, and it seems like it's still gonna be okay, and then I stare it down and make eye contact with whatever I can find as eyes. And it just lets out like a shriek, and my sword sticks in a little farther and hits whatever off switch this thing has on its insides, and it just sort of collapses like a failed souffle.
It does as you say. And that one's dead. For a moment, we find ourselves out of combat as you find yourselves in the hall of this quiet, dark, dwarven mine. Or royal center, I guess. It's not really the mine yet.
Damon is going to like peek back just to make sure everyone's okay, because he heard some kind of crazy sound like a room collapsing. But seeing that everyone is still upright, he's gonna try and then like sprint ahead and check that there's no more of these things, so that he can report back to Isolde
Yeah.
what he found.
No more oozes in the immediate vicinity of you.
So I'll sprint back to Isolde and say, Captain, there appear to be no more of them. There is a fork in the passage ahead with 2 doors, one at the end of each passage. The passages are quite short.
I'm going to take 1 second to get some coffee, but hold that thought. Maybe time for a small break? I don't know.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds good.
Ooh.
Pretty music.
I'm back.
Same.
Oh, Laurel's back too. Very cool. Did y'all have some toddler situation? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe Laurel's just muted.
Sorry, you gotta give us a couple minutes.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Dude, have any of you guys seen the D&D movie yet?
Yeah, I saw it last night.
Was it good?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yo, I really want to see it. I read a review. I read a review that said like it was just like I bestow on this movie the highest honor I can award. Movies I'll put on while I do stuff around the house. And I'm like, oh, that sounds delightful.
It's not, like game changing. It's not. It's a fun action movie, but it does a good job. And I think they do a good job of balancing, like, first of all, there's a whole bunch of Feyren lore. Like, they reference a whole bunch of big players that are kind of related to players that actually are involved in this campaign, so that's kind of exciting. Like, the Wizards of Thay are the bad guys, and anyways.
Oh, right on.
So, there's a lot of cool stuff like that. And they do a good job of balancing, like, how much of that they bother explaining and how much of that they just sort of, like, show and say, like, this is what it is, and move on, which is nice because, like, they show displacer beasts fighting stuff, and, like, they don't bother to say, like, this is the displacer beast, and this is how it works. Like, they just show it in action. And they have a mimic.
Yeah.
And anyway, so there's all that kind of stuff, which is all in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. But they do a good job of just making the world feel like, yeah, this is a real world with people in it that do all this shit.
Dude, that's what I'm excited for. Is it sounds like they really hit that. They really walked that line.
And it's got a similar humor. It kind of reminds me of the humor in the first Star Trek reboot, where, like, it's nice and fun, and, like, Chris Pine is just very funny. Just
because it's from the guys who directed Game Night, I think, which I really liked.
Yeah,
I thought was really funny.
So
cool.
I think they do a good job. The dialogue's really funny. I think, I don't know. I was pretty impressed with it. The thing that blew me away was, in a bad way, was at the movie theater. I remember at one point thinking, like, I think my TV is better than this screen. Like, from how far away I'm sitting, and, like, because I have an OLED 4K TV with, like, a high refresh rate, and so, like, watching it on a screen, I was like, this is kind of dim and feels like low frame rate, and it's just like, man.
Yo, what kind of OLED do you have?
The LG one.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Well, we were. I was like, Scott. First of all, Dr. Braver was
C-series?
like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Braver was like bragging about it when I came over to his house one time, and he was showing me like nature documentaries. He's like, "It's the truest blacks you'll ever get on like dark scenes." And anyways, I was like, "Yeah, okay." And then I put like a warning alert thing out, so like if it ever went on super sale, I'd buy it, and I got it.
Yeah.
Like we only have a 55-inch, but it was like $1,000 when we bought it, and that was like 3 years ago. 2
Dude,
years
that's
ago.
my dream TV. LGC series.
Yeah, I highly
Melts
recommend
your
it.
eyeballs.
The only thing I don't like is the LG operating system on the TV kind of sucks.
Oh yeah.
It's not bad. It's just like I think the Sony, like the Google one is better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's better than it was when we first got it.
Yeah, no, that's endgame TV.
Yeah.
At least for the time.
We justified it by being like, this is the thing we spend most of our time doing, is watching shows together. And
Yeah.
so like its per day value is like pretty efficient.
Yeah.
If it continues to work, you'll never need to get a better TV. Like that's
Well,
like
yeah, that, and we got it. It's like normally a $2,000 TV, and we got it for $1,100 because it was on sale, and then there was like some big deal.
And there's probably an argument to be made that actually, like, at like normal TV sizes that we're used to, there will never ever be higher resolution than 4K OLED type
Well,
stuff.
and that's the other thing, is like most shit doesn't even utilize 4K anyways.
Yeah, because like at once you get to like 8K, the difference between 4K and 8K at 55, 65, even 75 inches is like negligible.
Right.
You need it to be like a 105-inch, screen
Right.
for the difference between 4K and 8K to be like readily noticeable.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're pretty happy with that being our like end game TV, unless like in our 40s we make like a home entertainment system and we need one that's like a little bit bigger to fill a wall, but
Yeah.
I still think it's pretty ideal for that even.
Yeah.
Like my buddy has the same TV, but he's got the 73-inch version of it. It's
Oh, man.
fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's.
But like he's a
Okay.
doctor, his wife's an engineer, and they're in their like 40s now. So,
Yeah.
anyways, like,
You put Mad Max Fury Road on that one, and it will melt the eyeballs out of your head.
dude, the first time we watched Dune, oh my god,
Oh my
dude,
God.
it was so good.
Yeah.
Okay, is everybody back?
Yep.
So yeah, Laurel's good. Sounded like there was a toddler situation that was handled.
There's always a toddler situation somewhere.
Is that like the same thing as it's 4 o'clock somewhere all the time?
Yes.
She says as she takes a big drink of her boxed wine. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not drinking box wine, Cece?
Mm,
It's just grape juice.
it's just old grape juice.
Juice. Jacket that has patches that say level 1 warlock on them.
Mm.
She's got a little jacket that I put a bunch of D&D patches on.
See, you made her a warlock. You already set up her character arc. That's a nightmare. Now she's gonna have a patron. Oof. Good luck.
It's already happened. Come here, Gremlin.
Had to deal with that with Aristos. R.I.P. Aristos. Or, anyways, okay. So you find yourself in this hallway. Isolde is like panicking and coughing and spitting up stuff. Damon comes to her to report that he thinks that the hall is secure. Isolde, what do you do?
Continue looking and trying to get the stuff out of my face.
Yeah, as you are trying to get the goop out of your face, you feel the muscles in your face flexing and moving in alien ways not under your control. And as you look up to Damon, you see your mouth and face move as though it's controlled by somebody else. And Damon, you see Isolde say, with a very strange sort of grin, "What brings you here?" As she stops and starts spitting again, trying to get this stuff out of her face.
Yeah, Damon will just be taken aback and say, "Captain, what?" And then turn to Veril and say, "Veril, what happened? What's going on with her?"
She is corrupted. Don't speak to it. It knows what it asks. We need healing magic, I believe. Can I run a medicine check?
Yeah, you could try to medicine check to sort of like see if you could help her.
Yeah,
And
it's gonna
Damon
be real bad.
Oh, God. Damon yells for Vosner.
Well, I say I don't know what to do.
And you see Isolde, you're trying to help her, looks you in the eyes, Veril, and her eyes are her own, but her face contorts in ways you've never seen it move as she says, "The center of the trap, the center of the trap. This one sees me." Yes.
Interesting. I say nothing, but I hold her gaze, and as best I can, try to show concern for Izzy behind this creeping mask.
What kind of roll could I roll for?
You could roll medicine.
And while he's doing that, Damon is going to be asking, "Vosner, have you seen this before? Do you have some way of treating or curing it?"
I rolled 23.
Okay, so Vosner, you begin helping her remove. You're sort of like using elemental earth magic to like draw the worms out of her face, and as you do, he says, "Perhaps we could make a deal." And then all the worms come flying out of Isolde's face as her own appearance returns to her, and the worms fall out on the floor and sort of are wiggling their way into the crevices and cracks of the walls around you.
Alright. Vosner can't talk to anyone in English or Common, so he's just gonna draw on the wall again a diamond and circle it like a couple times.
Okay.
Are we heading in the opposite direction of what the mine is?
You know the mine to be. Can you see my cursor? You know the mine to be. It was through those double doors, at least the way down that you knew. It was through those double doors that you didn't go in. You went a different path, so you're sort of off to tangential to the direction you were trying to go.
Would I would I know, like, if we go through that door that it might connect into there? I don't know if my tremor sense could give me an idea of sort of like, because I was by that door.
Which door? Up over this direction?
Yeah, that one.
You know that door goes into a larger chamber. That's all you know. Your tremor sense, I think, is only 10 feet.
Yeah.
So you sensed the other side of the door.
Okay. So he'll make his drawing on the wall and, kind of point through where the guy was, or the main room was.
So you see sort of like still hanging halfway out of the wall. Vosner is a giant earth elemental sort of point in a direction that you came from. but also a little bit north, saying that the direction is that way.
As the worms seem to leave, Damon is going to ask, "Captain, are you feeling better? What happened?" And then if Izzy is still incapacitated, he'll turn to Veril and say, "What corrupted her? How do you know it was some kind of corruption?"
Experience tells me it was corruption, but that was Janice out there.
Janice, did he cave the room in on you two? Are you okay?
I am okay. Cannot speak for Izzy. I wonder if she can speak for herself.
Izzy, the minute has passed. The corruption is now over.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are okay then, but the cave-in was caused by one of our own. But it was fortunate that it happened. I do not believe we can go back the way we came, though.
We need to move quickly away from there. I'm just gonna start moving down the corridor.
Damon will follow.
Healed.
Okay.
And assuming Veril moves somewhat proximal to me as we walk, Damon will ask, "It said you could see it. What did it mean?"
It was concealing itself from the rest of you. I believe it was invisibility. The robes I wear allow me to see. I believe that's how it travels around, remains undetected, sets traps.
I see. So Yanis did not merely set the traps, but is actually in here with us. We may be trapped, but he may be trapped as well.
That was my impression, from what I could discern after the cave-in.
We may not get a better opportunity than this. Captain, which passage do you think?
She is going to indicate that she'll get out the guy. She's essentially just trying to move as far away from Janice as possible.
Sure.
Okay, then Damon's going to keep moving, and he'll just try the first door he comes to.
It is open. You find yourself in an old noble crypt. Number of sarcophagi, dwarven sarcophagi in front of you. Note, famous ancient houses. Princes and princesses and kings of old buried in these tombs.
Damon is first just gonna, secure the room, sort of. And see what everyone thinks, if we should open this door or not.
Yeah, Veril would be proceeding almost directly to that door.
Yes, this is in the direction that Vosner had said the stuff was likely to be. Is Isolde staying down there by that other door, or is she joining the group?
I'll go join the other group.
Okay. Damon, are you checking out these doors, or what are you doing up here?
I think I'm gonna open this door, up at the north side.
Okay.
Like, note the significance of the room, realize it's a burial chamber, but be like, investigating the nature of the room isn't what's important right now.
As you step forward, you find yourself in the midst of a massive, lit with arcane energy dwarven statue. It's sort of actually it just has crystals in the eyes, massive diamond crystals that glow, that have been infused with extra energy so that they glow a pale blue light into the room. This is the it says buried under here is some very famous dwarven king.
Can I investigate the diamond eyes, see if there's magic around them?
Yeah.
Possibly protecting the removal.
Roll Arcana. Whatever magic barrier protected these once long ago from thieves has long since expired. You can pluck out the diamonds.
And I will do so.
Each diamond is worth 1,000 gold, or at least that's the whatever equivalent.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have 2,000 gold worth of diamonds.
Them into my bag of holding, and say, "Well, it's a start." And then I will approach this door and look to the rest of the group to see if we're still moving. And if nobody actively tries to stop me or indicate that I shouldn't go yet, I will probably just open it.
Okay.
Open the next door?
Yeah, this west side door.
Could I prepare perhaps momentary stasis in the event we see something?
Sure. Does it consume it? Or do you have... Yeah, sorry.
It's a feature that does get consumed as an action.
Usually the rule for holding spells is that it uses it consumes the thing to hold it. So
Okay.
just if you'd like to do that, that's totally fine. But
I would, and I have 4 to dispense with, so.
Okay. You hold that spell for what comes next, and as Damon tries to open the door, it is locked.
I will make a sort of nominal effort to just like break the lock or shove the door open.
Yeah.
See how secure it is.
Let's say, because it's sort of a mechanical door with like an interesting lever that you kind of like pull and twist into with gears. Just roll me a straight intelligence check, and let's see if you can just like crack the door. You get a feel for how this works, but you understand that the mechanism for the lock is buried under adamantine deep inside the door. And that breaking this door down would require a pretty hefty feat of strength.
I'll say to the group, there is some kind of mechanism within the door keeping it shut. Breaking through is unlikely to work.
Can I check the statue?
Yeah, you can check the statue. It's a perception roll. Zolda, you recognize that this statue is... There's something a little bit tricky about it. It's a beautiful ornamental statue, but it's kind of made out of lighter stone. Like, whoever made this didn't want to make it so heavy that it became fixed forever. And with that perception, you recognize that there is like a track on the floor that if you push certain things, you might be able to scoot this statue to the side and see something underneath it.
I'll ask Vosner to move it.
Sure, Vosner will just push it out of the way
Yeah,
along the track.
Fosner, you, with your big strength as an earth elemental and your knowledge of, stone and your shape shifting, you're just able to carefully find the joints and push this thing. And with ease, it slides to the right, revealing a staircase leading downwards, a secret staircase.
Ooh. Is there a way to put this statue back once we're underneath it?
Roll an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence.
Yep. You think you have a way that would make it look like it was untouched before? You have some levers you can pull, but it's hard to say if it would look just like it did previously. I mean, you also did come in and remove the glowing blue eyes, so this place has already kind of obviously been through.
Right.
But like, if we put it back, the question is, would it be obvious to Janice that we went this way?
You don't know.
We also don't know if, there's perhaps more traps up ahead. Janice seems to have been here and set things up for us well in advance.
Yeah, that's true.
He did say something about the center of the trap.
It's safe to assume from Lyra he knows everything, and so all of our intentions might as well be perfectly transparent. Probably knows we're here for diamonds.
Then we should probably leave it open in case we need to exit quickly.
So you
So we're
leave.
assuming that he's already killed all of the dwarves in Mirabar, and they're not hiding behind this, and we're not just letting him in to the dwarven hideout.
That had not occurred to me.
I mean, he was already here, or at least it seemed like.
Well, maybe heading further.
Unless those obelisks were here prior to Janice's arrival, it seems that they were brought here, placed here, by him. Perhaps there is another explanation, but it would be quite coincidental.
Perhaps it would be better for us to turn around and face him. Taryn has a point. And if this really is a trap, then we're just rats in a maze right now.
Are we capable of fighting Janice? The meteor swarm was effective, but did not seem to do too much.
Did you see Veril? Was he knocked into the tunnel with us? Or was he jettisoned elsewhere in this labyrinth?
As far as I could tell, he was buried in place. I don't know if he is capable of traveling through rock and stone like our druid is. He did not seem unbothered by the cave-in, though.
Suppose it would take very little time to simply go back and check if he is still there. But we would need you with us. You would have to be somewhat exposed.
This is fine. If this is the plan, I trust all of you. We should be as prepared as possible. as a meta, do we want to fight and prepare, or should we wish it away? I didn't realize I would hate that possibility.
Well, it's like you and I could just go, just the two of us, run back down the tunnel, see if you can still see him through the wreckage. I was under the impression that that room was just basically destroyed, so impassable at this point.
I assumed behind the door was a wall of frozen rock, with a maybe assassin buried within.
Yeah. But we can go check if you want.
You go look down that hallway. It's still caved in stone. No sign of Janus on this side of the wall, at least.
Could Vosner, with his like tremor sense, feel if there's a body within that? Like if there's a break in the rock for there to be a squishy aberration in the middle of it.
Does Vosner want to venture into the collapsed stone?
Yeah, sure. I'll head over there and peek my head through.
I'll just sort of save you the time of moving over. You sort of crawl around amidst the stone, feeling around. The room is full. The statues have been crushed. You can sort of sense them. They are under rubble, and water has sort of poured in as that stream that was sort of summoned and turned into ice and collapsed upon this place is flowing into here. You actually see trickles of water starting to form in small pools as this room begins to fill up with stone and water and ice. You do not detect any movement.
I'll glide back and just shake my head no. I don't see him.
So it's safe to assume he got out of the cave-in.
Reasonable to assume, perhaps.
It seems we are faced with a choice of this secret staircase or checking the alternate passage off of the tunnel.
It can't hurt to check the alternate passage.
The alternate passage where? Oh, down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because we're running a little bit low on time, you guys can check that. It leads eventually back through a series of chambers to that sort of that other way in that you had seen before. So you guys can leave if you would like to, circumventing that main chamber in the middle of this place. You could get back to the hallway that you first entered in before you worked your way through the cave-in.
There's nothing to be gained that way then. It is good to know of alternate means of egress, but it seems if we want to get what we came here for, the only way forward is down this staircase.
Shall we go down then?
Seems like our only option.
Beryl sighs deeply.
You guys continue down, and the stone steps, which have been sort of carved, but they've been carved sort of quickly, as though this secret entrance down into the mines was not done by a lot of people, but only a few people who made these steps. Very sort of roughly hewn stone, and you find yourself walking deep into a very rough cave. At the end of your vision, you can see an old stone door that leads clearly to the Mirabar mines. Do you close it behind you?
I think we had landed on leave it open
Okay.
Yeah, I think we
so that we
exit
can make
that
it out
way.
if we have to sprint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
You leave the stone thing, the stone passageway open behind you. and you walk down into this cave and you find yourself at another door. This one has torchlight, sort of on the outside of it, dimmed by the, of course, never-ending Shadowfell that seems almost even darker down here.
Can we leave off there?
Sure.
Like, wasn't steam.
Yeah, no worries.
Works for me.
Okay.
Spooky torchlight.
We will leave you outside of the doors to the mines of Mirabar.
Awesome.
Nice.
Lord.
That was spooky.
No. That was spooky.
Happy Earth Day. I think that's
Yeah.
yesterday, but whatever.
Oh man, I got a chill down my spine when the door slammed shut.
Yeah, that was pretty scary.
Oh.
Yeah, like locking the two squishiest party members.
Yeah. Without as soon as the cleric was gone, just like okay, now this will be easy. Didn't love that.
Who you calling squishy?
You guys beat up my oozes. That's kind of rude. They didn't really even do anything.
That was
Keep our
pretty
memories.
satisfying.
I know, if they had hit more times on different people, those things get out of control.
Yeah.
You're like making a DC 19 wisdom save or something with minus 1d12 to each roll.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then it hits D20 and you go unconscious for an hour.
Oh my.
Wake up part of the Oblex.
It was spooky. It was weird fighting in such narrow space too.
Well, it ended up working out for you. If you'd come the other direction, it might not have been so good.
This ingenuity for us.
How many times have we affected the environment of the dungeon that significantly, where a portion of it becomes impassable?
I mean, that's sort of what you're paying for with high level spells. At least that's how I roll it.
Yeah.
You know, if Terran's willing to throw a 9th level spell, it's gonna have some sort of positive effect.
Yeah, I was just wondering if that's the first time we've ever been okay, we destroyed a whole room. We have fundamentally changed the nature of the dungeon we're in.
I don't know.
It feels like it might be, but I don't remember for sure.
I mean, this is the first time you've been in a dungeon. You haven't done a dungeon crawl really since what,
The Election Ruins?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Well, no, I mean...
Kind of in Chult.
Yeah, you did the one at Chult where Atticus turned on you.
Yeah. Right.
We had a quasi dungeon crawl with a Beatrice's lair as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah.